Okay, last story of the night has to do with the infamous Sesame Street villain, Big Bird. So Big Bird, as we all know, the lovable cartoon bird from Sesame Street, well, not cartoon, but puppet bird from Sesame Street. Uh, Amazing creation from Jim Henson, also the creator of Kermit. Um, Recently tweeted off of his account with his big little fluffy, feathery like wings. I got the COVID-19 vaccine today. My wing is feeling a little sore, but it'll give my body an extra protective boost that keeps me and others healthy. Miss Erica Hill even said, I've been getting vaccines since I was a little bird. I had no idea. Now, cool. Cute little Big Bird moment, right? I mean, obviously there are young people who are getting vaccinated now as the FDA approves vaccines for younger people. There are young people who get other vaccines that are not COVID vaccines that help them stay happy and healthy. Their parents are getting vaccinated, and you know, if you're a kid and you see somebody jab a piece of metal into somebody's arm, like your parents, you might be concerned. And for all of these reasons and more, not to mention just informing them of, the health science that people are talking about, because even if they're young, that doesn't mean they're stupid. They can still hear the news and hear everybody talking about COVID-19 vaccines, and maybe they're curious. So there's a million different reasons as to why this should be discussed with kids, right? And that this is perfectly fine, right? It's a cute little moment, right? Also, I love Schlatt. Great content creator. Anyway, moving on from that, while I am fine with this for a multitude of reasons, it appears that there were other people who were not as comfortable with this. Let's go through a few of those people. Senator Ted Cruz from Texas retweeted the message we just wrote with government propaganda for your 5-year-old. You know, during Mao's Cultural Revolution, the first thing they went for was the Muppets, Sesame Street and Big Bird. As we all know, they had to drill the messaging into the youth young. Now, you can call it government propaganda if you want. That it's good propaganda. If, like, Big Bird went out there and said, kids, it is important to brush your teeth. Brush your teeth to keep dental hygiene on top to live happy and healthy. That would be as equal government propaganda in this instance. Just benefiting the public health. But you wouldn't care in that instance because it hasn't been politicized to the extent it is. But already, ridiculous statements. But trust me, it gets so much worse. You're a disgrace. Okay, whatever. Small brain, okay? Oh, the one we just read is getting a little bigger brain. Isn't it illegal to advertise drugs to children? From Cernovich. Mike Cernovich. As far as I'm aware, it's not illegal to advertise the importance of medication and health to children. They're not advertising them heroin or Adderall. Chris Barron, this is truly disturbed. Goebbels would have approved. As in the propaganda minister from Nazi Germany. I'm sure the first thing Joseph Goebbels would do in the modern age is take over Sesame Street and send out Big Bird to tell everybody to get vaccinated. Wendy Rogers is the most Omega God take, though, with Big Bird is a communist. Really a brilliant take. Because as we know, communism is not about, owning the means of production or anything like that. Communism is fundamentally, at the end of the day, about how many big yellow birds get vaccinated. The more big yellow birds that get vaccinated, the more communism it is. The Omega brain take. Incredible. Now, I already talked about why I think it's important to talk to kids like this and why everybody on here might need help wiping. But why all of the sudden are we getting this backlash? Because as far as I'm aware, this isn't the first time Big Bird has talked about vaccines. In fact, it's not even close. Here's a picture from 1976 where Big Bird talked about the importance of vaccines in an immunization campaign for children specifically. He was advertising its importance. Or, let's go further. Here's a segment from later on where it was actually before this was 1972, where he saw the local kids getting vaccinated and learned about the importance of vaccine in a whole episode. Let's watch that quick.
Oh, hi! Hey, I didn't see you at first. Boy, I'm glad you came, because it's such a nice day. I thought I'd walk down to the store, and see what's cooking.
Can I say something quick? And this is gonna maybe ruin Big Bird for a lot of you. Big Bird really sounds like Chris Chan to me. And I can't unhear it. Listen.
Hi! Hey, I didn't see you at first. Boy, I'm glad you came, because it's such a nice day. I thought I'd walk down to the store, and see what's cooking.
You're welcome. I hope I helped you out a little bit today.
Oh, something's going on down at the store. I wonder what's... It's kind of funny. I mean, it's strange. I mean, there's all kinds of people, and they're all in a line, and they don't look like they're buying candy. And there's a sign that says, "Don't wait, vaccinate." Huh. And there goes a boy with a balloon coming out of the store. Hey, what's going on here? Hey, Tom.
Hi, Big Bird. How you doing?
Great. What's going on here?
Oh, well, today's the day when the city vaccination units come to the neighborhood, and they've set up a measles vaccination clinic here in the store.
You mean something like a hospital right here in Mr. Looper's store?
Yeah, well, sort of. They've got all their equipment and needles and things, and the kids are going to go in and get vaccinated so they won't catch the measles.
Gosh. Well, if you're a hospital, then you must have a nurse.
Sure, we've got a nurse.
You do?
Yeah.
Now, Big Bird, you know I'm a trained nurse.
Oh, Susan, you're a nurse.
Sure, so I came down and I thought I'd help.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, does your clinic have a doctor, too?
Oh.
Sure, you want to meet the doctor? Come around here and meet the doctor.
Oh,
Dr.
boy.
Marzullo, here's someone I want you to meet. This is Big Bird. This is Dr. Marzullo.
How do you do,
hi,
Big
how are
Bird?
you?
I'm fine.
Wow. Hey, I know what I'm going to do right away.
What are you going to do?
I want to get in line.
You're going to have
I
your...
want to get a measles shot.
Well,
I don't want
Soros got to him. It's too late.
to get the measles.
Okay.
This is the day Big Bird sold out. This was the day. But to be serious. So this isn't the first time Big Bird has gotten vaccinated or been near vaccines. It's just the first time anybody actually gave a fuck. And the reason why is, for whatever reason, COVID, and specifically the COVID vaccine, has gotten incredibly politicized. And so not only is it not, hey, vaccine mandates are too far, or hey, government, you pushing the vaccines on us is too far, but Big Bird just telling people, hey, vaccines are important and it's a good thing to get, that's too far. Look, I will do a lot of things to try to make people happy. I will not lie to people's kids about the importance of the vaccine to please them. Anyway, this also did all remind me of one other instance in American history where a Big Bird came up and the Republicans attacked him.
Differences between the two of you
Or at least attacked his bottom dollar.
as to how you would go about tackling the deficit problem in this country.
Well, good. I'm glad you raised that, and it's a critical issue. I think it's not just an economic issue. I think it's a moral issue. I think it's frankly not moral for my generation to keep spending massively more than we take in, knowing those burdens are going to be passed on to the next generation. And they're going to be paying the interest and the principal all their lives. And the amount of debt we're adding at $1 trillion a year is simply not moral. So how do we deal with it? Well, mathematically, there are three ways that you can cut a deficit. One, of course, is to raise taxes. Number two is to cut spending. And number three is to grow the economy. Because if more people work in a growing economy, they're paying taxes, and you can get the job done that way. The president would prefer raising taxes. I understand. The problem with raising taxes is that it slows down the rate of growth.
Come on, Mitt. Load up. Load it up. Robot Mitt, you got to load up the talking point.
And you can never quite get the job done. I want to lower spending and encourage economic growth at the same time. What things would I cut from spending? Well, first of all, I will eliminate all programs by this test if they don't pass it. Is the program so critical it's worth borrowing money from China to pay for it? And if not, I'll get rid of it. Obamacare's on my list. I apologize, Mr. President. I use that
Getting health care to poor people, not important. Understood.
term with all respect, by the way. Good. Okay, good. So I'll get rid of that. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm going to stop the subsidy to PBS. I'm going to stop other things. I like PBS. I love Big Bird. I actually like you too. But I'm not going to keep on spending money on things to.
So to be clear, the first things he talked about was it over-bloated military budget, and one of them wasn't even something that was of large scale. I mean, the funding we give to PBS when you talk about the deficit is not really comparable to really lowering deficit spending. Things like you would want to target would possibly be military spending, not PBS funding. But I mean, hey, you know, maybe if we dumb down enough kids, then they'll maybe vote for Romney in 2030. Who knows? Maybe that was a strategy. Dumb down enough kids, they might actually, you know, vote for Republicans.